From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
Here's your call to Hartford, Mr. Dollar. Go ahead, please.
Hello?
Pat McCracken. What'd you get me out of bed for this time?
I'm calling from the airport in Dallas.
Does that mean you're going on to Nicaragua?
Yep.
All right, then I know why you're calling. The answer's no. We still haven't found any trace of Constance Lanfear. So why don't you come on back here and start from scratch?
Because I have found some trace of Connie Lanfear.
Oh, it's Connie now, huh?
It sure is, brother.
And what's that supposed to mean?
Pat, she just happened to occupy a seat aboard the plane right next to mine.
Look, Johnny, why don't you work on the facts of the case for a change instead of on the woman involved?
Patrick, ever hear of killing two birds with one stone?
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. From Special Investigator Johnny Dollar, location Bluefields, Nicaragua, to the Universal Adjustment Bureau, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an accounting of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Sea Legs matter. Expense account item 8, 525, late supper at the Dallas airport for Connie and myself during the wait for our midnight plane to Mexico City, which we finally boarded and which finally took off. And on this trip, I learned no more, no less from Connie than I had on the flight from New York to Dallas. For instance...
Doug and I were so close in everything. Same friends, the same interests. That's why we always took the long yachting trips together. Did everything together.
As a matter of fact, I felt that her somewhat overdone assurances of how much she loved her late husband could have been to throw off any suspicion I might have that she'd done him in. Another, for instance...
I still can't get over the coincidence of our both deciding to go to Nicaragua at the same time. But believe me, Johnny, Mr. Dollar, I'm just as anxious to clear up this whole thing as you are.
The more I thought about it, the more certain I was that it was not just coincidence that had put her on the same plane with me, and the more leery I felt.
I know the country so well, too. I think I told you the Sea Legs was built in a small shipyard in San Juan del Paro. That's south of Bluefields.
Yeah, that's at the lower end of the East Coast, isn't it?
You do know something about Nicaragua, don't you?
Oh, only what I've seen on the maps.
Oh.
Now, let's see. We can get a plane from Managua to the East Coast?
Oh, yes. Nicaragua boasts 2 or 3 commercial airlines. I'm sure at least one of them makes a direct flight to Bluefields. That's where we put in with the Sea Legs, you know, before the beautiful thing went down between those awful Boldero Islands.
And took your husband with her?
Oh, yes. Poor Doug.
There it was again. More apparent concern over the loss of the Sea Legs than over the husband she claimed to have loved so much. And still no explanation of why she decided to go back to Nicaragua. Her decision must have been sudden, too, right after I'd seen her at her home on Long Island. From Mexico City, we took a deluxe 4-engine plane to Managua, but the last leg to the city of Bluefields was in a 2-engine something that looked like war surplus tied together with baling wire. At midnight, we signed into the Providencia Hotel and after a hearty meal, retired to our respective rooms to make up for lost sleep. I had not planned to wake up at 6 a.m., but fate decreed otherwise. What?
Ha! You're still in bed.
Yeah, sure. Just a minute, I'll get up and open the door.
No. Do not disturb yourself, dear sir.
Huh?
There, you see, there was no need to disturb yourself.
Well, now, just a minute. Who are you?
Oscar Patrick Vladimir Posquero. At your service.
Oscar Patrick, what?
You, my dear Mr. Dollar, may just call me Oscar, now that we are working together.
Working together? Whatever gave you...
Welcome to Nicaragua. And no matter what your needs, I, Oscar Patrick Vladimir Posquero, will provide them for you. For a small financial pittance, of course. Here, let me straighten your pillow.
Hey, look, wait.
There now.
Wait a minute. Where did you get the key you just used to open this door?
As you can see, Mr. Dollar, I am prepared for everything. That is why I can be of such unestimable service to you.
Oh, now who the devil is
The
that?
breakfast I ordered for you, of course. Here, my good man. I will take the tray. You may collect the tip some other time. Get lost.
Is this a gag of some kind?
Mr. Dollar, how can you say such a thing after I just saved you paying that menial servant a big tip? Here now. Tomato juice, orange juice, cream, chip beef on toast, eggs, Benedict lamb chops, scrambled eggs, little sausages, toast, honey, jam, and coffee.
You expect me to eat all of that?
If I am to be of help to you in this important campaign, I must keep my strength up.
Oh, I beg your pardon. And at my expense, of course.
Of course. After all, nowhere else in Central America can you get such invaluable help as I can give you.
Yeah, well, just what gives you the idea I may need your help?
Aha, a good question. Oh, here, let me prop you up on your pillow so that you can enjoy this delectable food.
Oscar.
There you are. Oh, now the chip beef and toast. It doesn't look so good this morning, so I shall take that. And the lamb chops.
Oscar, would you please...
Now, to business. While you enjoy your breakfast, that is. No. Please don't wait for me, Mr. Dollar.
Look, to begin with, how did you know my name?
Easy. You signed the hotel register.
Okay, but then how did you know?
And who has not heard of the famous freelancing insurance instigator with such a lovely, big, fat expense account, huh? Lucky man.
Ah, so that's what appealed to you.
Yeah, of course. And who am I? Oscar Patrick Vladimir Pescara.
Yeah.
Exactly. Who am I that I shouldn't learn a couple of tricks or two from such a great man?
Oh, brother, seems to me you've learned plenty already.
Thank you. And that is why I shall be of such magnitudinous assistance to you in the sea legs matter. For a pittance, you understand. Say, $100 a day.
How about 10?
90.
20 then.
70.
40?
30.
50?
20 a day and not 1 penny more.
Sorry, Oscar, but you are not hired.
Oh, Mr. Dollar, you bleed me to the quick. How else could you solve this case without me?
Do you really know something about the sea legs? And how did you know I came here to investigate it?
In the second place, what else would such a distinguished instigator be doing than the case of the American boat lost in the Buldara Islands, especially coming here with Mrs. Lanfear?
All right, go on.
And in the first place, because I know all about it.
All right, Oscar, tell me this. Do you think there's anything phony about the loss of the sea legs?
I am sure of it. It was a crime of the first and second water.
Why?
Because you are here.
Oh, you can do better than that.
All right. Because I am always sure there is something crooked going on until the guilty ones are proved otherwise, or until the innocent ones are proved whatever is left, which is besides the point because I was sure of it in the first place.
Yeah.
Anyhow, the first thing for you to do is make a trip to Portugaldo.
The last point of contact with the sea legs before she was wrecked.
Exactly. I have a plane ready and waiting for your own personal use.
A plane?
Yeah. How else? 150 miles by ox cart? Or boat?
Well, no. First, however, I'd like to contact the authorities here in Bluefields.
Whee, what do the authorities know about crime? Me, I know all about it.
Yeah, I'm beginning to think you do, Oscar. Too much, probably.
Thank you, Mr. Dollar. I respect your high opinion of myself.
All right. I don't know yet what your racket is, but...
That I can make plain to you in 2 words. Money.
Okay, look. If you can get me a small plane...
Here, good sir, is the address to give to the taxi driver when you are ready to go to the airfield, where I shall be waiting for you.
Oh? Not the big airport?
No. That is where the lady, Mrs. Lanfear, would expect you to look for transportation.
Oscar, you are the craziest.
Thank you. I knew you wouldn't want her coming along, and if she ever gets in your way during your campaign...
You'll keep her out of my way.
Yes.
At my expense.
What else?
I'll tell you something, Oscar. If there is a wrong angle to this case, I can't help wondering if she isn't a part of it.
You read my mind. You see, we are like brothers under the chin.
You say you have a plane all ready to go,
A
huh?
charter plane.
Then we can be on our way before Mrs. Lanfear knows we've left. Hey, you want to set the tray over there so I can get up?
Oh, yes, of course. I'll set it right over here on the...
Hey, wait a minute. What are you going through my pockets for?
Oh, just accepting a small tip for bringing up your breakfast. Thank you.
If only half of what Oscar said was true, it was conceivable that he could be of help to me. I checked with the hotel manager and the local police. They knew Oscar well and told me that he pretty much lived on the occasional American tourist who showed up. That he acted as guide, chauffeur, pilot, anything for a price. That he could be trusted implicitly by whoever happened to be paying him at the moment. And, which was important to me, he knew the country and its people inside out, was a font of information about anything and anybody. So I decided to let him tag along for a while. The Federal Maritime, the equivalent of our Coast Guard, had headquarters in the harbor area, and I found a captain there who spoke fair English.
I'm sorry, Senor Dollar, but you know as much as we do. We sent a boat, of course, but we find no sign of the sea legs or the poor people who go down with her. Nothing.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking of going up to Porto Gardo, where she took off on her last trip, you know.
Excellent idea. From there, you can fly out to the Boldaro Islands where the wreck did occur.
Now, that's what I was thinking of.
But in addition to an airplane, you must also need a pilot and a guide.
You have someone to suggest?
I see. There is but one. Senor Oscar Patrick
Vladimir Pasquero.
Precisely.
Item 9, 20 cents American for a 3-mile ride in an old Model T Ford to the little private airstrip where, true to his word, Oscar had rented an almost brand new two-place plane for us. He had it warmed up and ready to go.
So fasten your belt, Mr. Dollar, relax and enjoy it, and we will take off.
You sure you can fly this thing, Oscar?
Ha! I am the finest pilot in Nicaragua, maybe in the whole world. I'm even a co-pilot.
Just how much is the use of this plane costing me, Oscar?
For me, a special rate, so don't worry about it. Here we go into the...
How much?
Well, the usual price is $35 a day, American. But me, I always have a deal. That's on account of I give the field so much business. So now that is settled...
Oscar, how much?
$45 a day. Do you see what a beautiful view we have from...
45?
Look, the bay and the Caribbean on one side, and the flat, empty marshes and plains on the
other. Now, wait a minute, look.
There,
if $35 a day is the regular rate, what's so special about $45 for me?
Oh, no, Mr. Dollar. For me, surely you wouldn't expect the finest pilot in the whole entire world to work for nothing.
Why, you... Okay.
But what took you so long getting to the airfield, Mr. Dollar?
Oh, a couple of calls I wanted to make us all. Why?
Why, you have disappointed me. And all the time, I thought you had the uttermost confidence in me.
Now, what's that supposed to mean?
First, you tell me you do not want the lady to know you're awake and up and going.
Mrs. Lanfear?
Yes. And then what happens? You tell her all about it.
What makes you think that?
Why else would she come tearing out to the airfield while I was waiting for you?
Wait a minute.
Rent herself a plane and take off in it.
What?
She took off just a couple of minutes before we did.
Connie Lanfear, chartering a plane. Why? And to go where? And after her offer to stick by me and help me, why would she do it without letting me know? There were a lot of questions to be answered in this case, and most of them to be answered by Connie Lanfear.
Now, here's our star to tell you about tomorrow's episode of this week's story.
Tomorrow, the sea, the rocks, and dear old Mother Nature bring some pretty startling facts to light. And the case takes a sudden twist. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. It is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone, who also wrote this week's story. Be sure to join us tomorrow night, same time and station, for the next exciting episode of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Roy Rowan speaking.
From Hollywood, it's time now for Edmund O'Brien as Johnny Dollar.
This is Mr. Lavery at Washington Life. Are you available for an assignment?
Yes, I am, Mr. Lavery.
Fine. You'll have to go to New Mexico, little town near Gallup.
That's all right. What's the case?
We want to look into the death of a Merrill Kent. It was generally accepted that his death was the result of an accident, and he was buried day before yesterday. On that same day, the police received information to the effect that he was murdered.
Well, this kind of thing can be awkward. No autopsy, I suppose.
No, arranging one will be your first job. If the man was murdered, we want to find out.
Edmund O'Brien in a transcribed adventure of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office, Washingtonian Life Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Merrill Kent matter. Expense account item 1, $145, transportation via air, train, and finally rented car from Hartford to Fort Scott, New Mexico, which is a small village where the law is attended by a deputy sheriff named York. After I checked into a hotel, I met him in his cubbyhole of an office.
Well, I don't know what to think about the darn thing. Get everything all settled, and then some blame fool riles it up again.
Was it a local phone call?
Local? Yeah. Oh, a month ago, I could have found out who made it just by asking the operator. Used to have their finger on everything in town, but we got a dial system now. I didn't recognize her voice because she was, tricking it up.
What did she say?
Yeah, she called while the funeral was going on, you know.
Yeah, I understood that.
Yeah, she said something from the Bible and that she couldn't stay silent while the good man's body was being submitted to the grave, as she put it. Then she said she wasn't sure enough to accuse anybody out in the open, but that she thought Mr. Kent had been murdered.
No more than that? Didn't she name anybody?
No, she just hung up.
Yeah, isn't much to start from, is it?
No. You know, I knew Kent. He was a good horseman, but better ones have been killed the same way. See, the horse falls and the rider's foot slips through the stirrup. Then when the horse gets up, he panics with his thing stuck there and dragging at him. He doesn't have to run 100 yards, and the man's dead. Well, Kent's horse must have run 3 miles.
How do you know that?
Well, the way he was blowing when he got back to the ranch. He dragged Kent all the way home, you know.
But you don't know where it happened, huh?
No. Kent bred horses and was out all the time exercising them, so it could have happened any place. I just say the man had some hard luck. He's dead and buried, and as far as I'm concerned, that should be the end of it.
Yeah, you're probably right. The insurance company has a sizable investment to protect if they can. They want an autopsy, so I guess we'll have to have one.
Well, how do you figure on working that out? I know the widow won't okay one, and some survivor has to in this state.
Have you talked to her about this?
No, but she's been through enough as it is. Why should I want to open it up again?
You'd think she'd want to know if her husband was murdered or not.
She doesn't know anything about the phone call.
She doesn't?
I didn't think it was worth telling her about.
I'm afraid you'll have to be told, but I'll spare you the trouble. In a small town like this, I know it's tough.
Yeah, that's right, it is.
Who was the doctor that was called, the one that signed the death certificate?
His name's Snyder.
Yeah, thanks. Where's his office?
It's in his house down on Elm Street, 2nd Street just past the hotel.
I'll find it. Thanks again, Sheriff. Sorry I have to stir things up. I'll do it as quietly as I can. Right then, I didn't know how to figure the sheriff. It was fairly obvious that he didn't approve of what I was doing. For the time being, I charged it off to the fact that no law officer enjoys the possibility that a crime might have gone unpunished right under his nose. Dr. Hugo Snyder's shingle on a white fence identified the address on Elm Street. A side door led to his office waiting room. I was met there by a woman in a nurse's uniform.
Good afternoon, sir.
How do you do? Dr. Snyder in?
Yes, but he's busy at the moment. Do you have an appointment?
No, I don't. I'm not a patient. Here, I have to talk to him about something else. Here's my card.
Insurance investigator.
That's right.
Mr. Dollar, please don't think me an overly inquisitive nurse. I'm Mrs. Snyder.
Oh, well, that does make a difference. I want to talk to him about a death he attended a little while ago. Mr. Merrill Kent.
Mr. Kent?
Yes, the company that held his life policy sent me.
Oh, I see. They think an investigation is needed.
There's a chance, yes. That's what I wanted to talk to the doctor about. If I can see him now.
He's in the X-ray lab. I'll see if he can come out. Hugo.
Yes, what is it?
There's a gentleman here to see you. It's about Merrill Kent.
What about it?
Well, I don't know, dear. He's an investigator from an insurance company.
All right, I'll be right out.
I hope you'll excuse me for being curious.
Surely.
Is it a usual thing in cases like this to have an investigation?
Not exactly. It probably should be, but unless something about a case seems to call for looking into, nothing is done.
How do you do?
Dr. Snyder?
This is Mr. Dollar.
Yes. You're an insurance investigator, Mr. Dollar?
Yes, a rare thing in Fort Scott, I take it.
Here's his card, dear.
Yes, I don't understand why you're here. What is it about Merrill Kent?
Well, it could be I'm on a fool's errand, Dr. Snyder. It wouldn't be the first one. But the day of Kent's funeral, Sheriff York got a phone call from somebody who hinted that his death wasn't accidental.
Why, that's ridiculous. Of course it was accidental. He was dragged to death by a horse.
And the first people to see him were his wife and her brother, who notified you, right?
That's right. Harris phoned me, and I went right out.
Yeah. Now, you as a doctor realize that you can't diagnose a patient's condition without examining them. Same thing holds for this situation. I say that because I want you to understand that the things I'm going to bring up are only possibilities.
Of course.
The symptoms I work on. Now, how long did it take you to get to the Kent Ranch after you were called?
No more than 15 minutes.
And Kent was dead when you got there?
Yes, and probably had been for some time.
Where was the body when you first saw it?
Near the corral. Harris had brought blankets out. I don't know what hopes he must have had that Kent was alive, but he'd put blankets on the ground and one over him.
Then his foot wasn't stuck in the stirrup when you got there?
No, Harris had freed him as soon as he could.
And you couldn't swear that his foot had ever been in the stirrup, could you?
Good Lord, Mr. Dollar,
Now, wait a minute, Doctor, please. Please, these are only possibilities. Did you see his boot? Marks must have been left on it. Did you examine his ankle? It must have been bruised or wrenched.
No, of course I didn't. I wasn't concerned with his ankle or his boot.
Well, did anyone look at them? Sheriff York wasn't called in at all, was he?
No, because it was a clear case of accident.
What about his hands and his arms? And his clothes must have been torn to shreds.
I didn't notice. He was covered from his shoulders down, as I remember.
Well, who would have noticed? What about the undertaker?
The body was taken to Leesburg that same evening, the Weinrich Mortuary. It's about 15 miles north of here.
How about your examination, Doctor? Would you tell me about it?
Very little was necessary. He died as a result of severe multiple fractures of the skull.
And I don't suppose you could tell which of these fractures was the fatal one?
No, of course not.
Or which was the first one?
Of course I couldn't.
Then he could have been hit on the head by somebody and then dragged by the horse, couldn't he?
I signed a certificate to the effect that his death was accidental. I firmly believe that it was.
Now, nobody doubts your sincerity, Doctor, but you'll have to admit that since somebody has mentioned murder, there are some angles that could stand looking into.
I tell you there aren't. But what do you propose to do?
We're going to order an autopsy. Kent had a sister living in Seattle. She's on her way here in case we need her authority to get one. I want to thank you both, and I hope I won't have to bother you again.
Good day, Mr. Dollar. Hilda, what's the matter? Stop it. What's the matter with you?
Last time it happened. Don't you think so? All right, I'll come out later. Don't worry, we will. Now, goodbye, Mrs. Green. Oh, hello there, Mr. Dollar.
Hi, Sheriff.
Oh, how you getting along?
It's hard to tell yet, but the doctor's death certificate could be full of holes.
How do you figure that?
It's nothing against him, but he had to admit the cause of death didn't have to be accidental.
He said that?
Yeah, so I want to find out everything I can about Kent before I see the widow. Assuming the possibility of murder for a minute, can Can you think of anybody that could have done it?
No, I can't think of anybody.
How'd he get along in town? Was he well-liked?
Well, he didn't have much to do with the town. He was away a lot to horse shows and sales, things like that.
How long would he be away on these trips?
Well, I never kept tabs on that. No reason to.
He'd take Mrs. Kent with him?
Most often he didn't, I'd say. She seemed to be here pretty steady.
Do you have any idea how they got along?
I wouldn't know anything about that. Never heard one way or another.
Where is the Kent Ranch, Sheriff?
You turn to the left at Bryan's store. It's out 5.5 miles.
Thanks.
Oh, Mr. Dollar.
Yeah?
I know you think I'm acting kind of strange about this, and, well, I guess I am. These people are my friends, and you grow close together in a place this size.
I told you I understood that.
I guess I don't want any of them to turn out to be a killer.
Have you remembered something that you want to tell me?
No, it's nothing like that. I wouldn't lie to you. But it seems like you've got it in your mind that Maxine Kent might have had something to do with her husband dying.
I didn't say that.
Everybody likes her, Mr. Dollar. Loves her, I guess is more like it. She was born here. Now, if you're going to make it rough on her, I'd watch my step if I was you.
Thanks for the advice, Sheriff. The way you seem to feel, I wonder that you reported that phone call at all. The ranch was quite a surprise. I'd halfway expected the layout to be like the village and the other ranches I'd passed, old and badly cared for. But the residence was chalk white with a tiled roof and long shaded verandas. Around it, the grounds were well-groomed, and behind it were a few low white outbuildings. A woman I assumed to be the widow was standing at the edge of the drive as I pulled up. She was strikingly beautiful, in her mid-20s with coal black hair and eyes, a kind of slim, almost boyish figure they write about, and a complexion and color put there by the sun. I could see why the town felt the way they did about her.
Well, Mr. Dollar?
Yeah, I seem to have been preceded by my infamy.
My brother's in town. He phoned me that you were on your way out. He didn't tell me where he'd learned it, but...
I only told one man, Sheriff York.
That isn't important. It really isn't. They're all doing what they think is right. They think they're helping me. But I can realize that all they've done is give you more and more reason for suspicion. Isn't that true?
So far, yes.
Come up on the veranda where we can sit down. Then you can tell me what to do.
Sure.
Have a chair.
This is fine.
I'd made up my mind that I wouldn't go to pieces, but if I do, you'll have to forgive me. How do I order an autopsy when the funeral...
All that's needed is your signature, Mrs. Kent, on a form that says you're authorized one.
I will. If it's the right thing to do, I'll do it. Is that all?
As far as I'm concerned, yes. The rest of it will be up to the county. They'll ask if you suspect anyone.
I don't suspect anyone.
They'll ask who you suspect of calling the police.
But I don't suspect anyone.
Then it'll be up to the coroner's jury. Sorry, Miss Kent, I don't know if you can understand that because of the phone call, I couldn't do anything but press this.
Don't understand. I don't understand any of it, but I'll do what's right. Unless there's something else, I wish you'd go now.
When I drove away from the ranch, I would have given my salary and a lot more if I could have skirted the village and kept right on going. I still wish I had.
You the guy from the insurance company?
That's right. Where's Sheriff York?
He's over at Doc Snyder's. He just phoned and said if you showed up to get right over there.
Why?
Mrs. Snyder killed herself. She left a letter. She said she was the one who made the phone call that started this whole thing.
We will return you to yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in just a moment.
Gangbusters shouldn't have relatives. That would seem to be the moral of the exciting Gangbusters case tonight. Hear the case of the talkative boy, in which a crook is corralled through telling testimony furnished to San Francisco police by his young nephew. Don't miss Gangbusters, with another action-packed story based on police records, tonight on most of these same CBS radio stations. Now with our star Edmund O'Brien, we bring you the second act of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Sheriff York?
Yeah, who is it? Oh. Well, I guess you got the news.
Briefly, yeah. What's the story?
Well, the doctor was in the office, and he called for Mrs. Snyder. She didn't answer, and when he came out to look for her, he found her in there, in the parlor. She was dead on the couch.
The note. What else did it say except that she was the one that phoned you?
It's there on the table. Something about there was nothing behind it but false suspicion and wrecking her life beyond repair. I don't know, it's kind of wandering.
What kind of false suspicion? Her husband and Mrs. Kent?
It looks that way. Come on, we'll go on in. You can read it yourself.
Yeah. Where's the doctor?
He's in his room.
Alone?
You're through here. Yeah, that's the way he wanted it. It's mighty busted up over it.
Have you reported the county yet?
I called him as soon as I got here. Some men are on the way. Well, there she is. I covered her up. You know, she never seemed like a person that'd kill herself.
The note was addressed to whom it may concern. I won't attempt to quote it. The main idea was that she had been driven upon Sheriff York by a blind suspicion of her husband's feelings towards Maxine Kent. Then, when she learned these suspicions were groundless, she realized that there was no longer any chance for happiness. The closing words begged her husband's forgiveness and swore to his innocence. Sheriff York would rather not go with me, but he guessed it would be all right if I talked to the doctor. Yes, things haven't cleared up very quickly, have they?
No, Scott has accomplished a great deal. Suppose I was being too objective. I meant the 2 lives have been ruined since you arrived. The wives of my own.
You didn't mean that I ruined them.
Oh, no, of course not. Circumstance. Circumstance that should have been entirely harmless, not even known. Misunderstand me, I'm not defending no reason to anymore.
Those circumstances drove your wife to breaking the case open, with you in the middle.
Her own version of them. I am in love with Maxine Kent. I have been. If I'd been selfish, divorced my wife, if Maxine had been the same, none of this would have had the meaning that it has now. But one doesn't do things like that in a small town unless one is prepared to leave. We weren't.
Why not?
The doctor's money is nothing. She had none. But we were intelligent people. We had control of our emotions. So we talked and decided not to see each other again. I'll admit I lied to my wife. Not well. She suspected the truth. When Kent was killed, I think she lost her mind with doubt.
You did say killed, didn't you?
Yes. I mustn't forget that my motive is now public, isn't it? That part of her note will be remembered. That she realized she was wrong isn't important, is it?
That depends. By itself, this is a good story, all of it. But it falls to pieces when it's told by the doctor who signed Merrill Kent's death certificate.
Yes, I suppose it does. But it's the truth.
If it is, you can prove it. Where were you the afternoon Kent was killed?
Sometimes you can't prove the truth. I was in the office, working with my wife.
Then why did she think you had killed him?
Because she left for about an hour to shop.
What did you do during that time?
I came here to this room and rested.
Is there any way to prove that? Anyone see you?
No. And if you can't prove it, it's not the truth.
If you can, it holds up better in court.
You're convinced that I'm guilty, aren't you?
All I can do is work with what's at hand. If you are, you'd better plead it. If you aren't, you'd better keep your fingers crossed for a quick confession from someone else.
Mr. Dollar, tell me, has it been proved that he was murdered?
The autopsy should be underway by tomorrow afternoon.
Kent's sister has arrived?
We don't need her. His widow is authorizing one.
I see.
Anything more to say?
No. No, I don't think there's anything more to say.
county headquarters arrived at 6:30 p.m. On their orders, Dr. Snyder was removed to the single cell of the Fort Scott jail. He wasn't questioned that evening, but the headquarters men quite pointedly had their doubts that his wife's death was due to suicide. When I'd given them everything I had, I drove back to the Kent ranch. This time, I wasn't met by the beautiful widow. A man stood waiting for me at the edge of the driveway.
Hello. I saw your lights coming up the road.
I came to see Mrs. Kent.
Sorry, she's not here.
Where is she?
She had to go to Santa Fe. I'm her brother. Can I do anything for you?
I don't need any help, thanks. We'll have the Santa Fe police pick her up.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
It's a pretty sudden trip to Santa Fe, wasn't it?
No, she does this a couple of times a month. It's not as close as Albuquerque, but she likes it better. Your name, Dollar?
How soon did she leave after Mrs. Snyder killed herself?
I think it was before.
Couldn't have been. I was here.
Here with Maxine?
You people ought to get your signal straight. She said you phoned her that I was on my way out from town. How come you didn't know it? Or didn't you really call?
You're right. Things got confusing.
I sure did. Where's your sister?
It's true. She's in Santa Fe. I told her not to go because everything she did like that was making it look worse.
That's right. Why'd she go?
When she heard about the doc's wife, she flew apart. Until then, she was sure Kent hadn't been murdered. When that happened, she seemed to change her mind.
I guess we can charge it off to the old beat-up prerogative women are supposed to have. I'm going back to my hotel. Get some sleep.
Wait just a second. I want to tell you this. Whatever happened, Maxine didn't have anything to do with it.
What did happen?
I don't know. I'm no expert. I was here when the horse dragged Kent in. I took his foot out of the stirrup and laid him down. Maybe I should have waited until the governor came. I don't know.
Anyway, you took him down.
To me, he was dragged to death. But you say he might have been hit on the head by somebody. I don't know.
Doc Snyder?
I don't know.
Did you see him out here that afternoon?
No. As far as I'm concerned, he quit coming out a couple of weeks ago. Before that, he kept after Maxine. She told me that. Then she made him stop.
How'd she stop him?
She told him she couldn't divorce Kent.
You're trying to clear her, and that's natural.
I'd like to see the truth come out.
Well, let's work on that then. When was the last time your sister and Snyder were together?
A couple of weeks ago. I didn't hear it, but I was here when she told him it had to stop. That was the last time he came out.
Did she meet him any place?
No, and I'm sure of that. I made it my business to find out where she went and who she saw. She never met him.
Did he phone her?
Yes, but it finally got to the point where I'd answer the phone and she wouldn't talk to him.
Do you know if she ever phoned him?
I don't think she did. I don't know why she should. What are you driving at?
I want to find out if Snyder could have discovered that Kent was out riding that afternoon. If he could have found out where he was going and could have met him.
My sister couldn't have told him because she didn't know.
You sure of that?
She was in her room resting. I'm the only one who knew where he was going.
Are you still protecting her?
It's the truth. I talked to him just before he left. He was breaking this horse to shoot off of, and he went out toward McNeil Canyon to find some jackrabbits.
They'd make better witnesses if they could talk. Have to have your sister picked up.
How soon will that order go out?
Why?
I just thought she might get hold of herself and come back tonight. It'd be a break if you could wait till morning.
She didn't ask for a break by leaving. I'll think it over, check back with you. The next day, things moved slowly. Mrs. Kent did come back on her own and signed for an autopsy. I didn't see her. By that evening, her husband's body had been exhumed, and by noon the following day, the coroner's report was out. There was no actual post-mortem evidence of murder, but the openings were still there. Considering the circumstances, there was no proof that it wasn't murder either. The inquest verdict was the familiar death by misadventure, or at the hands of person or persons unknown. Dr. Snyder and the body of his wife were carted off to the county seat for more questioning and examination. And I spent the rest of the day with Sheriff York and a flock of volunteer citizens going over everything we had from the beginning again. It was a long, hot afternoon. After a shower and some food that evening, I started back to the Kent Ranch.
You again, Dollar? Thought you'd be through with this since Doc Snyder was arrested.
Not quite. Your sister here?
What do you want with it?
I want to talk to her. Give her my apologies.
Apologies? I hadn't noticed the side of you that would bother with them.
Is she here?
She's too upset to be bothered.
Ask Mr. Dollar in, Harris. Why are you acting that way?
Thank you, Mrs. Kent.
Please come in.
Why'd you run out the other night, Miss Kent?
I don't know. When Hugo's wife... I lost my head.
She came back, didn't she? I'm glad she did. She had nothing to run away from.
What do you mean?
Well, we're satisfied now that your husband's death was accidental. You mean, Stoller? I was with Sheriff York. We went out toward McNeil Canyon. Found the spot where it happened. Your husband fired a rifle. We found it. His horse reared and fell. The marks in the ground show that. It was dragged from there. There are traces of that, too.
It's over. It's over. No, they believe me now.
Expense account item 2, miscellaneous, $88.40. Item 3, same as item 1, transportation back to Hartford. Expense account total, $378.40. Remarks? I'm sorry about the happy ending. The fact that everybody told the truth and that nobody was a criminal, and that the insurance claim is as good as New Mexico gold. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, stars Edmund O'Brien in the title role and is written by Gil Dowd with music by Wilbur Hatch. Edmund O'Brien will soon be seen starring in the Paramount Pictures production, Silver City. Featured in tonight's cast were Ray Hartman, Joseph Kearns, Jeanette Nolan, Edgar Barrier, Virginia Gregg, and Hy Averback. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is transcribed in Hollywood by Jaime Del Valle.
This is Clarence Cassell inviting you to join us next week at this time when Edmund O'Brien returns as...
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Edmund O'Brien again. I'd like to speak to you for a moment about one of the most important duties of American citizens. Today, every American has an opportunity to share in our common defense effort. And right now, this opportunity has become a duty for all of us. The armed forces of the United States need blood, our blood. The Korean campaign has gravely depleted the supply on hand, and this must be replenished if we are to afford our servicemen the protection they are giving us. No matter what your age, sex, or station in life, you can contribute to American defense by donating a pint of your blood to the men of your Army, Navy, Air Force, or Marines. Call your local blood donor center or Red Cross chapter today for an appointment. Remember, your donation of blood may save the life of a wounded serviceman. Give your blood today to save a life tomorrow.
Partners, if you're looking for exciting Western adventure, you've come to the right network. Every Saturday on CBS Radio, most of these same stations bring you the Gene Autry Show and Bill Boyd as Hopalong Cassidy. Listen tonight. Stay tuned now for the Vaughn Monroe Show, which follows immediately over most of these same stations. And remember, Gene Autry every Saturday evening on the CBS Radio Network. Round one as Johnny Dollar.
Roger Stern, Dollar.
Oh, hello, Mr. Stern. What can I do for you?
We insured Jonathan Bellows. Somebody tried to kill him.
Is that the Jonathan Bellows?
The industrialist.
Yeah?
His wife went to the police, but Bellows refuses any protection. Doesn't seem worried. Considers the potential assassin just a crank.
Well, what do you want me to do?
Look into it. We insure Bellows for $500,000. I suggest you talk to his wife first. She's staying at the town apartment, #1 Park. Mrs. Edith Bellows. She'll expect you.
Right now, I'd like to take a few minutes of your time to pass on a thought which, incidentally, concerns time. According to the Bible, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. We all agree on that, I'm sure. And we'll also agree that the regulation of time also depends on the season. For example, did it ever occur to you who decided where our 4 time zones in America should be exactly? Well, back maybe 75 years ago, there were about 150 different time zones which were set up according to the whim of the local inhabitant. Most of the time was called sun time, and there could be 15 minutes difference between the clocks of 2 towns only 10 miles apart. So, to get rid of the confusion, the Interstate Commerce Commission was established. It divided the United States into 4 standard time zones so that railroads, planes, buses, and the mail could run on schedule. Of course, if a city wants to go on daylight saving time during the summer, that's a decision which is made locally. The standard time remains the same everywhere else. But setting the nation's clocks isn't the only job of the Interstate Commerce Commission, however. It also makes rules and regulations for the various means of transportation which go from one state to another. It sees that railroads, truck lines, barges, and boats operate safely, charge reasonable rates, and give good, dependable service. It also protects trucks and bus drivers from working such long hours that they might fall asleep while they're driving. The Commission also demands that trains, engines, and machines have safety and stop devices. It is, in itself, a safety device to assure every one of us freedom from danger as we travel about our country.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office, Intercontinental Indemnity and Bonding Corporation, New York City. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Jonathan Bellows matter. Expense account item 1, $29.65. Mileage and incidentals between Hartford and New York City. I arrived at #1 Park Avenue close to 2 o'clock. Mrs. Edith Bellows, a very attractive redhead somewhere in the early 30s, met me at the door and showed me into her luxurious apartment.
Sit down, Mr. Dollar.
Thank you.
Mr. Stern explained the situation to you?
Only that someone tried to kill your husband.
Yes, day before yesterday. Jonathan was walking in the garden and someone shot at him. Fortunately, they missed.
Mr. Stern said your husband refused police protection.
He's a very unusual man, Mr. Dollar.
I would say so.
He's not a young man, 63. He's retiring and doesn't particularly care for people, especially people who meddle. Unfortunately, he considers the police meddlers.
Has he hired any kind of protection?
No.
Isn't he worried?
Well, he doesn't show it. But knowing him as I do, I'd say he's mildly concerned.
Someone takes a shot at him and he's only mildly concerned?
It's the nature of the beast, Mr. Dollar.
Well, I'm sure you're aware that Intercontinental Indemnity is more than mildly concerned.
Yes, and so am I. For the whole family, for that matter. I'll certainly give you all the cooperation that I can. I think everyone else in the family will be greatly relieved.
Except your husband.
I'm afraid he won't like it much.
It'll be pretty hard investigating if he has me thrown out of my ear.
Well, you've one thing in your favor. You're not a policeman.
Yeah. But when I'm on a job, Mrs. Bellows, I've been known to meddle and meddle and meddle. We talked some more about Jonathan Bellows. Mrs. Bellows had married him 8 years before, taking her place as number 3 in his collection of wives. Her predecessors had retired to lives of leisure on their alimony. Bellows had one son, Ralph, by his first marriage, now 23 years old. Around 3 o'clock, we went downstairs and climbed into a bright new station wagon. An hour later, we were driving up a long circular driveway that led to the Bellows mansion. We parked and went in.
Jonathan's probably in the library.
Hi.
Oh, hello. Mr. Dollar, this is Ralph Bellows.
Oh, how do you do? How do you do? The insurance man?
Yes.
Everyone know about this?
Well, everyone except...
Your husband.
Yes.
He's in the library with Professor Wilt. Gonna blow a fuse. Gonna be funny, huh?
Well, in a way, yes. You might not get much of a laugh out of it.
Uh-huh.
Ralph, that's not very considerate.
Well, that's the truth, and you know it. The old man's going to take off like a skyrocket. And I personally think it's very funny. I'm not being vindictive. I'm just being honest. Look, Mr. Dollar, I haven't anything against you. I don't even know you, but my father's a tough, bigoted, unreasonable old man, and I've had to put up with it all my life.
Ralph.
Well, it's the truth. 99% of the time, he gets his own way, but when he doesn't, he creates the most magnificent explosion you've ever seen. Gloatingly, I am proud to say that I have been responsible on several occasions for lighting the fuse.
Do you own a gun?
Oh, don't be ridiculous. I didn't take that shot at him.
Oh, no, of course not. Ralph's just as concerned as the rest of us. Ralph, I think we'd better...
Yes, certainly. Can you take it, Mr. Dollar?
That's why I'm here.
Then allow me to escort you to the library.
You're spoiled, Ralph.
Rotten.
Who is it?
The Atomic Energy Commission.
What?
You have visitors.
What did you say about the atomic...
Oh, he's just being silly. Hello, Professor.
Hello, how are you, Edith?
Beaten him 3 straight games. Who's that with you?
Oh, this is Mr. Dollar, dear.
He's going to find out who took that shot at you.
What?
Now, John, he's an insurance man.
Insurance man?
I'll just sit over here.
I'm with Intercontinental Indemnity.
What are you doing here? Who sent for you?
Now, John, be reasonable.
I want to know who in blazes...
John, I don't get it.
You stay out of this. Young man, who told you...
I was retained by Mr. Stern.
I didn't tell Stern to send anyone over here to meddle in my affairs.
I brought him here.
You did? Why?
Because we're all worried.
Edith, we've discussed this whole
Jonathan, if you don't take it easy...
Shut up. Get out of here, Mr.
Dollar.
Get out.
Jonathan, please.
Are you going to get out of here?
Possibly. But stop looking like you're going to throw me out.
Young man, just let me tell you...
No, I've got a better idea. Sit down.
What?
Sit down.
Why, you young...
Now, sit down.
Ralph, be still.
I've got something to say, and you're going to hear me out.
Now, look here, Mr. Dollar. You've got no right.
Who are you?
Professor Wilt, Johnny Dollar.
Okay, Professor. I'm going to say what I've got to say, whether you think I've got any right to or not. If you want to listen, you're welcome.
Well, thank you.
Young man, if you have something to say it and get out. Then I'll place a call to your company and see that you're immediately discharged.
You're due for a big shock. I don't know how interested you are in maintaining your insurance policy, but if this attempt on your life isn't investigated, you're not going to have a policy.
Are you finished?
No, that's not what I wanted to say. It's this. I've never met you before. I don't know you, and I don't want to. You're a big man in your field, but that doesn't entitle you to be rude to me. Now I'll go. But if you ever try throwing your weight around again, I'll throw over my knee and make up for the spankings you must have missed a long time ago. I'm sorry, Mrs. Bellows. It's pretty obvious your husband doesn't care how much his family worries about him. Now, if you'll let me call a cab, I'll get out of here.
Mr. Dollar.
Yeah?
Would you stay a moment?
No.
Confounded young man, now who's being rude?
Compared to you, I'm still in the bush leagues.
Would you please stay for a moment? I'd like very much to talk to you. Please.
Mr. Dollar.
You'll be Miss Bar.
And you keep your mouth shut, Ralph.
Yes, Father.
Well, Mr. Dollar.
Okay.
If you excuse us, I'd like to be alone with Mr. Dollar.
Certainly, dear.
We'll finish the game later, Professor.
Of course.
And I want to see you later, Ralph.
Of course.
Sit down, Mr. Dollar.
Let's keep it this way. I'm still a little nervous.
How much do you know about this shooting?
Only that someone tried it on you.
Mr. Dollar, I know who took that shot at me.
You do?
Here. Read this letter.
I missed you in the garden. I won't miss you again. You'll pay for Ashanti?
Ashanti. It's in Africa. 30 years ago, I was in the mining business. I had a partner, Frank Victor. We didn't get along, and there was an argument one day in the mine. It was quite a scrap, and there was a cave-in. I got out. Frank didn't. There was an investigation, and I was cleared.
Why are you telling me this?
Because I've decided to trust you. I'm not particularly fond of you, but I believe that you can get things done.
I'm working for the insurance company, Mr. Bellows.
Certainly, but as I'm sure you must have gathered, this sort of thing can create some very unfavorable publicity.
Do you think this Frank Victor is alive?
He must be. I've never told anyone of this incident.
Well, there were certainly other people involved when it happened.
Yes, but no one who was out to get me. Why would anyone else but Frank Victor want to kill me?
But he didn't kill you. Maybe it was someone who knew of the accident.
But what would he have to gain?
Blackmail, maybe?
I told you it was an accident.
Sure. But maybe someone figured they could scare you into believing Frank Victor was still alive. Out to kill you. You pay over enough money and...
Not on your life.
Not my life, Mr. Bellows. Yours.
But why wait this long? 30 years.
I have to admit that kind of stops me. You've been a big man in the business world for a long time. Nobody'd ever have any trouble locating you.
What do you intend doing first?
Going back to New York?
Why?
Oh, lots of little things.
Mr. Dollar, as long as I have taken you into my confidence...
Mr. Bellows, someone took a shot at you. It might happen again and you might be dead. Now, if you want me to prevent something like that, you'll just have to trust me.
My wife drove you here?
Yes.
Then you need a car. Take the station wagon.
Well, now,
When do you think you'll be returning?
Probably tomorrow.
Well, you can stay at the town apartment. I want to be in touch with you. You might just as well take advantage of the empty apartment at number 1, Park Avenue.
Yes, I know.
I'll see you tomorrow.
I left without saying goodbye to the rest of the family and drove the bright new station wagon back to town. I stopped off at the Times, where I wallowed through the morgue file for 3 or 4 hours. I went back 30 years to find what I was looking for. A small article dated Ashanti, Africa, 1923. It didn't say much more than what Jonathan Bellows had already told me. It mentioned the mine cave-in and a pending investigation into the death of Frank Victor, Jonathan Bellows' partner. In an edition dated 3 weeks later, I found the account of the investigation and a verified Bellows story about the verdict. Satisfied, I left the newspaper and drove to number 1 Park Avenue, where I received a royal greeting from the doorman, who informed me that Mr. Bellows had phoned to make sure I had everything I needed. In the apartment, I poured myself a drink, took off my shoes, stretched out on the sofa, and put in a call to Roger Stern.
Yes, Dollar?
I want some information on the Bellows family, past and present.
Sure.
Find out where his other 2 wives are and how long they've been there.
Put a man on it right away.
And find out about a Professor Wilt.
Wilt?
Yeah, W-I-L-T, I think. Friend of Bellows. Plays chess with him. Also, I'll need a background on all the servants.
When do you want it?
Pick it up tomorrow morning. If you want to reach me, I'm at, wait a minute. Plaza 52099. Number 1, Park Avenue.
Do I know her?
Oh, I wish you were right. Apartment belongs to Bellows. He let me use his station wagon, too.
I don't believe it.
It's my big blue eyes. I just batted them a couple of times and pressed them.
Resto?
Sure. Station wagon, Park Avenue apartment, and he better be nice to me. A couple of more bats, and he might buy me my own insurance company. Expense account item 2, $7.50, dinner. After which I returned to the apartment and considered making a few calls that might relieve a lonely evening. I referred to my meager list of availables and was just about to try my luck when the phone rang. Johnny Dollar.
Mr. Dollar?
Yeah?
This is Mr. Bellows. I'd like you to fix something up for me.
I was just trying to do the same for myself.
I'd like you to go to 955 East 108th Street and pick up
Yes, Mr. Bellows?
Pick up a package for me. Bring it right out.
Sure. Is anything wrong? Mr. Bellows?
Nothing's wrong, Mr. Dollar. Just pick up the package and bring it right out to me.
Well, sure. 955 East 108th Street?
Yes, it's a bar. Ask the bartender for the package. Bring it right out.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Mr. Bellows, are you sure there isn't something... Mr. Bellows? Mr. Bellows? Huh.
And now, with our star, John Lund, we bring you the second act of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar.
I went downstairs, climbed into the station wagon, and wheeled it east to 108th Street, where I located number 955. It was a bar, the Blue Pheasant. I parked and went in. I introduced myself to the bartender, and he gave me the package Bellows wanted. Then I left and drove upstate to the Bellows mansion.
Hello?
Good evening. Where's your husband?
Well, I think he's still in his study. He was a little while ago.
You going out?
Yes, to see some friends.
Where's Ralph?
Well, he went out just after you left this afternoon. Jonathan gave him a pretty harsh scolding.
Uh-huh.
Been shopping?
Package for your husband. Called me about an hour and a half ago. Wanted me to pick it up.
What is it?
I don't know, but it's heavy.
Well, I'll see you later, Mr. Dollar.
Mrs. Bellows,
Yes?
your husband's a healthy man, isn't he?
Well, yes, of course. Why?
Well, when I talked to him on the phone, he sounded, well...
What?
Well, I don't know. It was strange.
I just said goodbye to him. He seemed fine. He played chess with the professor until about 7. I saw him right after that. He seemed fine then. There's nothing the matter with my husband, Mr. Dollar.
He's in the library, huh?
Yes.
Now, have a good time.
Oh, thank you. Goodbye.
Yes?
Good evening.
Well, I thought you weren't coming back till tomorrow, Dollar.
What?
You said when you left you weren't coming back till tomorrow.
But when I talked to you on the phone...
Talked to me on the phone?
Yeah, when you asked me to pick up this package.
Package?
Yeah, here. From that bar.
Oh, yes, the package.
Mr. Bellows.
Give me the package.
What's wrong with you?
Nothing's wrong. Just give me the package. It's very important. I've got to open it.
Okay. You're sure you're all right? Mr. Bellows.
Well, no, Mr. Dollar.
Oh, Ralph. Thought you'd gone out.
Just got in.
I was just calling a company doctor.
Doctor?
I think there's something wrong with your father.
What do you mean?
He called me about an hour and a half ago. Told me to pick up a package. I just brought it in to him, and he acted like he never even phoned me.
Well, maybe he didn't. Maybe someone else.
But when he saw the package, he seemed to know all about it. It was odd. It was as though I suddenly wasn't even in the room. He took the package. It felt like the whole building was coming down around my ears. Ralph and I were thrown back against the wall. And by the time we got up, the library was a smoking black hole.
Dad!
Jonathan Bellows had been blown to kingdom come. It was a bomb, all right. A big one. Planted in the package I'd given him. I called the police, and Ralph located Mrs. Bellows. Then I jumped back into the station wagon and doubled the speed limit getting back to town. The police would be busy enough until I got back. I wanted to get hold of that bartender who had given me the package. By the time I got to the Blue Pheasant, it was pretty well filled with customers, but the bartender I was looking for wasn't in sight.
Yeah, what'll it be?
Where's the bartender who was working here earlier?
He gets off at 8.
Where does he live?
Why?
I'm collecting addresses. Now, where does he live?
You collect addresses. I collect wise guys. Beat it.
Look, friend, that bartender is mixed up in a killing.
What?
Murder. He's a bad boy. Now, you want to give me his address, or do I make a call and flood this place with cops?
Murder?
You know, when someone dies the hard way and society frowns. Now, come on. What's his name? Where does he live?
Earl Phillips. 588 East 157th Street.
Thanks. You've been just wonderful.
Well, look, I didn't know it was anything like murder. Honest, if I'd have known, I wouldn't have given you any...
Please. I'm getting all choked up. I drove across town to 157th Street and found 588 East, a big apartment house. Earl Phillips was registered in 405. I gave him a few minutes while I knocked my knuckles loose, then went and dug up the landlady to have her open the door. Oh, she was a dream. About 4 years older than Grant's tomb, with a gin disposition that would make a lost weekend seem like a Miami vacation. The type that should never have been dug up.
Now, look, honey, I got cleaning to do.
Look, sweetheart.
Sweetheart.
An expression of fondness.
Look, Buster, don't give me no words longer than one syllable.
Cop.
You cops got badges.
Here.
Don't look like a badge to me.
These are my credentials.
John.
Johnny.
I should have brought my glasses.
Johnny Dollar, insurance investigator.
Insurance?
Now, let me explain, madam. I work with the police. I don't sell policies. I'm an investigator. I investigate things.
Yeah. Well, suppose you tell me what you're investigating.
Murder.
Murder? Mr. Phillips?
With the door open, we'll both know so much.
Oh, okay.
Turn on the lights.
Oh, my land sake.
Yeah, mine too.
Is he?
He sure is. Still warm.
I'm not interested. I need a drink.
Did you see him come in?
No.
You see anybody else come in?
I've been in my apartment all afternoon. I'm going right back there.
Come here.
Do I have to?
What's in there?
Where?
Another room.
A bedroom. What are we whispering for?
And the other rooms.
Why?
Answer me.
Bathroom.
Fire escape.
Huh?
Where is it?
Oh, end of the hall. Please, Mac, what are we whispering for?
There's some blood leading to that bedroom. Take it easy. Go downstairs and call the police.
Go down to the police and call stairs.
No. Call the 15th precinct. It's closer.
I got it. Goodbye.
15th precinct.
15th precinct. Yes.
Ernie Phillips, the bartender who'd given me the package with the bomb in it, had been stabbed to death. There were several drops of blood leading to the bedroom door. There was a good chance the killer had been surprised and couldn't get out. I went to the door and tried it as quietly as I could. It gave, and I kicked it open. He was standing right by the door, and he had a knife. Drop it.
No.
You should have listened to me, Professor. Bad?
Yes.
Landlady's after the police. You want to tell me about it?
Sure. Help me sit up.
All right.
Thank you. I suppose you wonder how Bellows called for that package with the bomb.
It was his voice.
It was Bellows. I've known him for a number of years. I was treating him for his nerves.
You an MD?
No. Years ago, I worked in a carny at the carnival.
card tricks, magic, hypnosis. I finally managed to save enough and set myself up as a psychotherapist. It was arranged I meet Bellows at a party. Told him I could help him. Actually, I did help him. Simple hypnosis. Turned out to be a good setup. Paid me well, and while I had him on, I learned a lot about his business and his personal life, too.
He told you about the Ashanti affair?
Yes. We decided to make it look like blackmail.
We?
That's Edith, Mrs. Bellows. She would have gotten half of the estate and the other half to Ralph. And Mr. Dollar, I think I'm dying.
The police should be here any minute.
Well, it was Edith's idea. I met her some time ago. She arranged the meeting with Jonathan.
He was hypnotized when he called me?
Yes. I left the bomb with Ernie. As a bartender I've known for a long time. He didn't know anything about it, but he would have identified me as the one who gave him the package.
And Bellows was hypnotized when I walked into the library with the package?
No, it's post-hypnotic suggestion. Told him when he was given the package, he was to take it immediately and open it.
You can hypnotize a man, tell him to do something hours later when he's awake, and he'll do it?
Well, he did it, didn't he?
Yeah, he certainly did. Well, here they come.
Oh, are they? How do you know?
Sirens. Can't you hear them?
What's that?
I said sirens. That's how I knew the police were... Professor. Well, you wouldn't have liked the sound anyway. Mrs. Bellows was arrested for her share of the crime, and as you know, the case comes up next week. And that's the way it shapes up. They needed someone to be a witness to the letter and hear the old man's story firsthand, and I wound up the patsy. Expense account item 3, $141.80. Hotel and incidentals while I stayed in town tying up the ends for the law. Item 4, $29.65. Mileage and incidentals between New York and Hartford. Expense account total, $208.60. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
You know, many great men have attained the highest office in our land, the presidency of the United States. Can you guess the name of this man? The son of a Baptist minister, he entered Union College at Schenectady, New York, at the age of 15. He was the fourth vice president to become president through the death of the chief executive. One of his first acts as president was the signing of the Civil Service Act. The territory of Alaska was organized during his administration, and standard time was adopted throughout the country. If you don't know his name by now, here are two more clues. While he was president, the American Federal Labor was organized, and the Brooklyn Bridge was completed. Who was he? Chester Allen Arthur.